English translation, 300-second contact. Friday, 18th of May 2001, 1834 hours.
My friend, greetings. You have run and out of breath.
You could say that, yes. Hello, Ptah. You announced to me that you were coming, somewhat irritated, because of Jacobus, who had made you furious.
That is right. I am outraged at his behavior towards you and his anti-community attitude. This indignation is equally true for Quetzal and everyone else. We heard about the incident from Florina, who had just been carrying out a monitoring observation in the center area yesterday at the relevant time and listened to everything. It is shameful how Jacobus behaves towards you in complete disrespect. And it is just as shameful how he disregards the rules of order and believes that he can do just about anything he likes, without regard to the other members of the group and to the general rules of the center and to your well-thought-out orders, as well as those of the group as a whole. In fact, he is still the only disruptive factor in the community in this regard, and he is getting worse and worse and more extreme instead of better. His world of thought and intellect, and thus his world of feelings, are so disturbed that it is extremely questionable whether he can still normalize in such a way that a decisive and rational change can be expected. In my and Quetzal's opinion, it is of the utmost urgency that the whole community should decide on measures to be taken with regard to destructive thinking, feeling, and behavior, as well as with regard to his immensely primitive, abusive, and virtuous idioms. For the time being, a profound warning should be given to him, with the desire of the whole community that he should behave in a decent and respectful manner towards you and all group members in the future, and choose a civilized, unobtrusive, honorable, and mannerly language. However, the use of decency and orderliness shall also be recommended to him, whereby orderliness especially refers to the center area. In a very special measure, he should be addressed to learn to control his wild and uncontrolled emotions. Should he show himself reluctant to give up all his destructive work and continue in the old style, then an exclusion from the community might have to be considered. If he is of the erroneous belief that he cannot be excluded from the community and that his lifelong right of residence in the center cannot be removed, then he must be instructed by the Articles of Association and Stautes, whereby especially art. 5(4)(a) and 4(c) of the statutes, and art. 11(1)(4)(3)(d) as well as 10(a), but also art. 14(4) and 4(a) of the statutes are of importance to him and are decisive. If necessary, these articles are to be applied to him because it cannot continue that he impairs the individuals of the community in their peace and quiet as well as the whole community. The state of evolution of the individual group members has already become so valuable today, with the exception of Jacobus, that such escapades, negations, and riots can no longer be tolerated, as they are still peculiar to Jacobus, and is still getting very badly out of control of the good human nature. And if he is furthermore still of the erroneous opinion that the group members and the center could not get along without him, then he indulges in very lowly intelligent thoughts and feelings, because in truth the community, the center, and the mission is not dependent on him, but he on the community, the center, and the mission.
That is clear. Now I really understand why you came here so quickly.
I have more to say about the painful matter, but it is not official. It is just for your information.
Good. Then can I ask another question?
Of course.
Did you ask Quetzal about the emergencies?
I did, yes. The following should be noted. In the statutes, art. 15(c), the facts are clearly stated. Emergencies are therefore excusable, but can be made up in terms of work.
Does this apply to dental emergencies, illness, and work?
That is right. But this is really only for emergencies. In case of permanent illness, this article is not valid. Emergencies only apply if they occur unexpectedly, that is to say, at the time when the work obligation is to be fulfilled. Emergencies cannot be such if, for example, a doctor's or dentist's appointment or a job is negotiated or fixed for the mandatory working time. Emergency breakdowns can be made up as described in Art. 15C of the statutes. These articles must be handled in such a manner as to ensure equal justice for all members of the group.
Please thank Ketzel dearly for his effort. And of course, I also thank you.
It is always a necessity for us to be able to help you and the group members. Besides, you do not owe us thanks, because this is all on our side. What you are actually teaching us.
Please stop it.
Nevertheless, our thanks are due to you.
If you do not stop now, you can blow my shoes.
What do you mean? I do not understand.
That is, if you do not finally find an end with your thanks, then you already understand what I mean.
I think so. Excuse me, I know you do not like the thanks.
So, before you ask, here are the other pages. Do you have any more I should make for you?
No, it will not be for a few days. I only came here today because of the unpleasant and shameful act of getting very badly out of control of the good human nature that Jacobus showed and all those words I once had to say clearly in his context. But now, my dear friend, my time is pressing again. So stay well and goodbye, Salome.
Also farewell and love greetings to all.